I decided to take on videography about 5 years ago, and there's a bunch of stuff out there that I wish I would have known before I even started. I just kind of wanted to outline this based on somebody who was just a total beginner like me, who, starting from the beginning till now, what are the lessons that I've learned and some of the stuff that I wish I would have learned a little sooner. So one of the hardest things you're going to find when you first start is actually finding clients. That was the first reality check that I actually ran into. Finding clients is what's going to help you kind of like hone in your craft and get better as a videographer. But at the very beginning, at least for me, it was damn near impossible to find people to shoot. Like I've tried telling people and no one was really interested. So what I had to do was force myself to pick up my camera, even my cell phone at times, and it was just shoot everything that I could as far as like what I had going on around me. So like, for example, I was, I owned a small business, so I was shooting the small business, just like advertising for YouTube, best I could do, Instagram reels and stuff like that. My first interview was actually my wife. I set her up on a tripod. We were talking about the business. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go all out. I got lights. I did everything I could possible to make a really good interview. It didn't come out perfect, obviously. I was using Magic Lantern at the time. So, that'll tell you a lot. It's not easy. That is one of the best advice that I could give you is shoot everything you could around you. If it's a birthday party, if it's cars, like sometimes like your buddies are into cars, like, hey, let me shoot your car. Or, like my brother owned the gym and I'm like, hey, why don't you let me do some like, branding videos for your gym. Let me do an interview. Let me do some, branding videos for you guys. And I did a lot of that at the very beginning just to get repetitions in and kind of like just get better at like shooting. I mean, it's the only way to do it. It's hard, and I'll be the first one to tell you, I still deal with it every day. And I don't do this full time. This is my part-time job, you could say. This is the career I want to get into long term. But again, it comes down to repetition. So I'm constantly seeking customers, seeking clients, because they're hard to come by. You have to really put yourself out there. You're competing against people that do this for a living full time. You're competing against people that have been doing it for years, and here you are trying to jump in the ring with them. So it's going to be difficult to kind of break in. So you got to kind of like make your own lane, and that's kind of what I've been doing. I just make my own lane.